Welcome to the ceremony to recognize and celebrate the Grove School of Engineering class of 2020. Congratulations. We will commence our proceedings with our esteemed Dean, Dr. Gilda Barabino, who will give her welcoming address. Dean Barabino.
To say this is not how any of us would have envisioned this day would be an understatement. Grove School of Engineering class of 2020, you will never forget this time, and you will forever hold a special place in history. As I gave thought to today's remarks, I could not ignore what is taking place in the world, and specifically what's taking place in our nation. We find ourselves in the midst of a global pandemic and during a period of unrest in our country related to persistent inequities. A quote kept coming to mind. Our inspirational benefactor and namesake Andy Grove once said, "Bad companies are destroyed by crises. Good companies survive them. Great companies are improved by them." This class of 2020 is true not solely for companies. We are in a crisis, and it takes a special combination of knowledge, resilience, innovation, drive, and integrity to tackle today's most significant challenges and to achieve greatness. As Grove School graduates, you possess that special combination. You possess the tools to not only make it through this crisis, but to thrive and leave a lasting impact. Your graduation comes as we mark the end of our 100th anniversary at Grove. You are the generation that will build on that century of innovation to reimagine the world around us and create new possibilities. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. My charge to you is to go forth and leave your mark on society as only Grove engineers and computer scientists can. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Dean Barabino, for that excellent and wonderful address and greetings. And I would just like to say that Dean Barabino has been wonderful at the Grove School of Engineering, and we would like to say thanks once again to her. It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the City College of New York, President Boudreaux. So we would like to hear some greetings from President.
Dear members of the class of 2020, allow me to offer my heartfelt congratulations on the occasion of your graduation from the City College of New York. Every fall, we hold freshman convocation in the Great Hall, our most sacred educational space. And on that occasion, I ask incoming students to look around this room and to think of the grandeur of the architecture on this campus, and to remember and internalize the fact that in 1847, when CCNY was first established, that those founders established this college explicitly and precisely for people like our incoming students. They didn't know that we would come from all over the world. They didn't imagine that we would educate women. They had no idea that we would arrive at this moment where we are as diverse ethnically, religiously, racially as we are today. But they knew that the college was designed to establish the whole people. Today I have a different message for you. Today you have studied with us for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years. You have become part of that great tradition of City College. You have become part of CCNY. Today what I want to say is back in 1847 and ever since, while people were excited about the prospect of extending opportunity to young men and women, they weren't primarily thinking about your individual benefit. They knew, as we know today, that our society would never be fully democratic, entirely just, as stable or prosperous as it could be without the energies and talents of the whole people. They knew that a society that declined to educate the whole people was wasting human talent. And a day would come when that talent was essential. You're graduating at an extraordinary moment. You're graduating at a time when cities all over the country, where nations around the world are grinding to a halt. When the opening of our society and our cultural institutions and our economy, the reestablishment of our city and our nation on more just foundations is going to require the talent of the whole people. And so I say not that City College was established for you, but this moment, this crisis, this is what we were made for. This is why the college was established. This is why you were admitted to the campus. This is why, as you leave here as graduates of CCNY, you leave here with a mission. And never has that mission been more critical. You have asked questions that probably don't get asked in other places. You have arrived at answers that maybe aren't developed in other conversations. You have developed a perspective on leadership and service and the need to provide medicine to the whole people, and the idea of engineering for the whole people, and science for the whole people, and leadership of the whole people that is unique to this institution. And so as you graduate today with that charge and that burden and that opportunity, I say to you this: be cognizant of the legacy of this institution. Be proud of what you've learned here, and never forget that as a son or a daughter of City College, you are precious, you are unique, and we will be proud of you forever. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, President Boudreaux, for the support that you continue to provide to the Grove School, especially to its students who comprise the class of 2020. It is now my pleasure to call upon the Chief Academic Officer for the City College of New York and a great supporter of the Grove School, Provost Tony Liss.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I can't be there with you today, and I don't have my regalia on. I'm at home and my regalia is in my office. But I wanted to bring my own congratulations and to reinforce some of the things that President Boudreaux said. I'll be brief. It's a very stressful time, clearly, to be graduating. But you, graduates of the Grove School, are uniquely well prepared to succeed in this uncertain environment. I'll tell you why I'm so sure that that's true. The reason is because you are City College graduates. You are not just engineering graduates, but you're City College graduates. City College, you learn not just excellence in your own discipline, but you absorb what goes on at City College. You absorb the social justice mission of this institution. Surrounded by colleagues from all walks of life, from all over the globe who speak 90 different languages, you learn the value of all these different outlooks and different backgrounds, and you learn them not only for what they can contribute to your own discipline, but what they contribute to the world. So yes, you learn engineering at City College and you learn it very well in an excellent place. But your engineering and your training, it prepares you very well for the job market. Your experience at City College, your experience as an engineering graduate from City College, that prepares you for the world. And you need only to look outside or read the newspaper, turn on the TV to realize that that's the most important and needed skill of all. So congratulations, graduates of 2020. When you came here to City College, you needed us. Now you're graduating, we need you. We need you to take that training in this unique place like City College, that the only place that you can get that kind of training, and go out and make the world a better place. Be proud of your accomplishments. You've done amazing things, and we are proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
Provost Liss, Our students appreciate lifelong learning and academic empowerment because of leaders like you. Thank you for your words of wisdom. We would now hear greetings and highlights of special categories of students from the Groves class of 2020 who are assembled here today, from our very own Associate Dean of Academic Affairs for Graduate and Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Artie Walser.
Congratulations, Grove School of Engineering graduates. We're so proud of you and all that you've accomplished both in and outside of the classroom. Certainly the COVID coronavirus pandemic, the worst we've seen and experienced in over 100 years, and the civil unrest in our streets has impacted every facet of our lives, making the last 6 months of 2020 all the more challenging. We realize that each and every one of you have been impacted by these world events, some more than others, but somehow each of you have persevered and are now ready to reap your reward. Your grit and determination in spite of insurmountable odds has been nothing short of spectacular and is a rite of passage for City College alums. I also wish to congratulate our mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers, grandma, grandpa, nana, babushka, as well as your extended family, aunts and uncles in your community and your personal amen corner. These are the people who were there pushing you, cheering you on when you felt you could go no further. We congratulate them too, for none of us make it on our own. And your success is their success. Your success is their joy. And in that same vein, I wish to thank our faculty who've done an extraordinary job of training you for the work that you're about to do and the world that you're about to go into. I want to thank our advisors, our staff, and fellow administrators for the great work that they do in supporting you, our students, the most important people of our academic institution. For over 100 years, students like you have entered the hollow halls of City College seeking to become engineers and computer scientists. And for 100 years, students like you have left the Grove School as full-fledged professionals, ready for a brave new world. I was once one of those students. I graduated from this institution in the latter part of the last century. Actually, the last millennium. Yes, I'm old. But I'm very proud to be a fellow alum along with you. And so we're looking forward to all the things you're about to do. It is our hope that as you go out into this brave new world, that you will take with you not only the lessons you've learned in your classes or your labs, but those lessons learned in the lobby of Steinman Hall, at the Cafe One, or those learned on Convent Avenue. For those are the experiences that tend to stick with us and often shape who we are and who we are to become. It is our hope that you've taken advantage of connecting with folks who do not look, speak, or even think like you, and that you have allowed them to expand your worldview and give you a perspective that may have been beyond your comprehension when you were a first-year student. The world is big, filled with many opportunities and pitfalls, and we want you to be prepared for any and all challenges, not only technological, but those that are human in nature. We hope that your use of science and technological knowledge is informed by your sense of humanity, and that your humanity is one that is inclusive and well-informed by the challenges of the human condition. When Steve Jobs had the crazy idea of placing a camera in a phone, who could have imagined that years later, the ubiquitous smartphone could have been an effective tool for protecting human rights? For it was a smartphone that made it possible for all the world to see, in all its horror, the death of a Black man, George Floyd, on the streets of Minneapolis, caused by police officers, igniting a protest all over the world by people of all races and social status. Now, we can certainly think of numerous occasions when technology has been created to cause great harm, and there lies the moral dilemma. It is my personal hope that we all appeal to our better angels as often and as regularly as we can. So as you go out into this great big world, we want you to be intentional in creating and developing technology that improves the quality of life for all people. I'm optimistic about this. I'm optimistic about yours and our future, because I've seen how you've worked together without regard for race, creed, color, or gender. I'm optimistic because you've shown that Engineers Without Borders is more than a name, it's a way of life. I'm optimistic because I know that you're keenly aware of how we all lose when the least of us goes without. So congratulations to each of you and your family, and I look forward to seeing the wonderful things you'll do in the years to come. And finally, I want to invite you back to the Grove School of the City College of New York, because this is your home. This is your home for life. And we need you now, and we'll need you in the future. Lavender forever. So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to recognize the recipients of the engineering alumni and medals for the class of 2020. Now, this medal is presented to the top ranking seniors in each undergraduate degree program for the class of 2020. It's granted by the Engineering Alumni Society of New York. I'm sorry, the alumni of the City College of New York, for whose support we are extremely grateful. So our first winner is from Biomedical Engineering, Jessica Penn. From Chemical Engineering, Ayub Dori. From Civil Engineering, Michelle Ehrlich. From Computer Engineering, Naman Pujari. From Computer Science, Gongqi Chen. From Earth System Science and Environmental Engineering, Michael Hubbs. From Electrical Engineering, I'm an electrical engineer, special shout out to Simon Heimowitz. Mechanical Engineering, Dina Saeed. But make no doubt, I'm ecumenical when it comes to the School of Engineering. I care about all our students. These are truly exceptional students who have certainly proved themselves, and we're so proud of them. So congratulations. We would like to also recognize the students in the class of 2020 who are part of the Grove School of Engineering Honors Program. We would also like to acknowledge the students who are graduating with high honors. We recognize the cum laude graduates, those with an overall grade point average of 3.3 to 3.9. The magna cum laude graduates with overall grade point averages of 3.5 to 3.79. And then finally, summum cum laude graduates, those with an overall grade point average of 3.8 or above. Yeah, them some smart people. In 2008, the PhD program in engineering was transferred to the City College of New York. The class of 2020 is the 8th cohort of students to be recognized for the highest degree attainable in engineering in more than 170-year-old history of the City College of New York. It gives me great pride on behalf of the Grove School of Engineering faculty, staff, and administration to present the class of 2020 PhD students. Typically, if we were in a brick and mortar ceremony, each of these graduates will be hooded by their mentor. And so we offer, as a humble token of our appreciation and acknowledgement of their success, by calling out each of their names one by one. So we'll start with biomedical engineering. Our first name is Dr. Michael Green. Mentor, Professor Gilda Barabino, our very own Dean of the Grove School of Engineering, in which we wish to give a fair due to. This will be her last commencement. And I just want to take this opportunity to say to her, personally, that I think that she's done an extraordinary job of leading our school, changing that whole vibe and moving us forward. And I wish her well and great luck on her next adventure. Our next graduate is Dr. Nirajan Katka. Mentor, Professor Maroon Bixson. Our next graduate is Dr. Gregory Kronberg and Dr. A.H. Rezwanadin Ahmed. Mentor, Professor Lucas Para. Our next graduate is Dr. Leila Meraban Alvandi. Mentor, Professor Mitchell Schaffler. We'll now state the names of those from chemical engineering. Our first is Dr. Menazeh Ansari and Dr. Fang Liu, both mentored by Professor Sanjur Banerjee. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Robin Smith, mentored by Professor Marco Castaldi. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Apurva Rudra, mentored by Professor Masahiro Kawaji, who happens to be from the Mechanical Engineering Department. Our next graduate is Dr. Thomas Lung and Dr. Megan Webster, mentored by Professor Ilona Kretschmer. Our next graduate is Dr. Hao Zhao, mentored by Professor Charles Maldarelli. Our next graduate is Dr. Omer Sedith and Dr. Fanny Thomas, both mentored by Professor Jeffrey Morris. Now we'll move on to civil engineering. Our first graduate is Dr. Mohsin Ajadian and Dr. Ran Kawa and Dr. Hongfang Wang, all three mentored by Professor Anil Agrawal. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Amir Hussain Bagastani, mentored by Professor Madia Alovererlu. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Maria Kristik, mentored by Professor Julio Davalos. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Nasser Najibi and Dr. Arun Veneradrath, mentored by Professor Naresh Devaneni. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Sibihal Sadat Feket and Dr. Saeed Baman Mughamadasi, mentored by Professor Kamil Kamga. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Shirin Najaf Abadi and Dr. Saman Armal and Dr. Isan Najafi, mentored by Professor Reza Kamravardi. We wish to acknowledge Yuan Tian, mentored by Professor Ardavind Yastabash. For electrical engineering, we wish to acknowledge most recent PhD graduate, Dr. Laura Sordillo, mentored by Professor Robert Arfano. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Nathaniel Leviton, mentored by Professor Barry Gross. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Mediye Kudaperistan, mentored by Professor Ahmed Mohammed. We wish to acknowledge Dr. Liang Yang, mentored by Professor Jingzong Zhao. And finally, for mechanical engineering, but not least, we wish to acknowledge Dr. Xingming Hu, mentored by Professor Jackie Lee, and Dr. Kunlin Lee, mentored by Professor Iwana Vaskilusku. So we congratulate all our doctoral degree students in the class of 2020, and we wish them great success as they move on to their next phase of their lives. Thank you.
Dean Walser, thank you for your charismatic presentation. It is greatly appreciated, and we are all very confident that every one of our class of 2020 graduates will continue to shine like the exemplars like Dean Walser has highlighted. We will now call upon the chair of our Civil Engineering Department, Professor Wittig, to introduce the class of 2020 valedictorian for the Grove School of Engineering. Professor Wittig?
Yes, I just got unmuted. All right. Thank you, Assistant Dean Bihari. It is my pleasure to introduce Anissa Latka. Anissa was brought up in Staten Island by Albanian parents. At City College, she majored in civil engineering with a concentration in structural engineering and was in the Macaulay Honors Program. She excelled in CE's rigorous and demanding program while still meeting the additional expectations placed on her by the honors program. She received multiple awards during her time at City, including the Francis M. and Edward S. Plotkin Scholarship. She was also named a Goldman Sachs Scholar and received a grant to study urban sustainability in Barcelona, Spain in winter 2019. But in my opinion, what earned Anissa the honor of being the GSOE valedictorian is that on, pardon me, on top of scholastic excellence and a clear and relentless drive for learning, she also has an amazing, positive, and gracious demeanor and a very strong conviction to do service. And on this last point, this is how I first came to know Anissa. You see, I advise the City College student chapter of Engineers Without Borders. And a couple years ago, Anissa started volunteering her time to EWB and took on the demanding role of being a project manager. The project she managed was the development of multiple rainwater collection systems in rural Tadasna, Nicaragua, for a community without access to potable water. The project included planning, design, implementation, and a whole lot of fundraising. And she volunteered her time to do all this while still managing to excel academically in her engineering studies. With the systems that Anissa and her classmates implemented, multiple families and even a school can now access potable water. I sincerely commend Anissa on her many accomplishments and the positive role she models for her fellow graduating seniors. And now, Anissa.
Thank you, Professor Wittig, for that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. President Boudreau, Dean Barabino, Dean Bahari, graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends. I am honored today to virtually address you all as your valedictorian. Although this is not the ceremony we had imagined or hoped for, it should be a moment for us to reflect on our achievements and experiences at the Grove School of Engineering. I came to the school 4 years ago, and I didn't know if I belonged in the civil engineering major. I lacked confidence and I doubted myself. My peers, professors, and advisors often told me, you can do the job, but you just need to believe in yourself more. But the reality is only 13% of engineers are women. Bleak statistics like this always lingered in my mind. If I work hard enough, study enough, try enough, will I be enough? Through my activities at Grove, I realized how much more I was able to accomplish. Because if I didn't believe that I could get the job done, how would I convince someone else? During my junior year, I became more involved in my major, and I established closer connections in my program. My peers became my support group, encouraging me to take every opportunity that was in front of me. I became the project manager of our Engineers Without Borders chapter for our project in Nicaragua, which gave many families and a local school access to clean water. EWB empowered me to lead and develop professionally with an ambitious team. This is a testament to the many diverse student-run clubs that make a difference at Grove and beyond. Although each engineering discipline is uniquely rigorous, all of us graduates have made this challenging experience so rewarding and meaningful. What stands out for me during my experience here at Grove is the overwhelming sense of community. Commuter schools often have the reputation of lacking community because people are busy juggling their own responsibilities. That was never the case at Grove. Whenever I entered the Grove lobby or even left late, I always recognized someone and could greet them. Even if we were not in the same major, we knew what was going on with each other's majors and showed solidarity. There really was no sense of competition. We were all dedicated to helping one another thrive. By supporting one another, we have produced the most creative, intelligent, resourceful, and compassionate engineers that will innovate this city and country. Before I wrap up, I want to thank some important people that have made this journey worthwhile. To my parents and siblings who are watching on the other side of my house, thank you for your infinite love and support. I am blessed to come from a family that wholeheartedly supported my dreams of becoming a structural engineer. Even through my self-doubt, you saw me achieving greater things than I could ever imagine. I could not be here today as an Albanian woman, now the valedictorian of our engineering school, without you. To my peers and faculty in the CE department, thank you for sparking my passion for civil engineering and giving me many opportunities to prosper. To my closest CE friends, thank you for giving me a sense of belonging in this major. You all embody the motivation and compassion that every engineering student needs to succeed. Lastly, thank you to my EWB family, my first friends in the Grove School. You all are a part of a greater network that is truly changing the world. I am so proud to have been involved in such a remarkable organization. As we conclude our undergraduate careers and celebrate this occasion, we have been reeling from the effects of this pandemic for months, and now the ongoing battle for social justice sparked by the recent death of George Floyd. The transition from college to the rest of our adulthoods was already difficult beforehand. Now we are entering a world with much uncertainty. However, one thing that we have all realized during these times is that we need each other. We cannot be the best forms of ourselves without one another. We need to learn, collaborate, understand, and empathize with one another in order for our work to best serve people. During our time in Grove, we solved complex problems with our peers, enabling us to create solutions for the future. I encourage us, as Grove alumni now, to stand together as we did in our studies, to stand up for our communities and be a voice of reason, guidance, and wisdom, to be leaders not only in the fields of engineering, but also in our society so that we can leave our city greater than we found it. Now I pose to you this question: what other graduating class can say it graduated during such a critical moment in recent history? We effectively adapted to this ever-changing situation and have earned our degrees despite many obstacles. The culture at Grove has given us the strength, courage, and compassion to fight injustice and innovate our communities. With our network of engineers, we are now more resilient than ever before and are ready to build a better future for everyone. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
It is only at the Grove School can we have students who can maintain their personalities and can achieve at the highest levels while growing without compromise. Our diverse environment is second to none, and our education is second to none. Thank you, Anissa and Professor Wittig. And I now would like to call upon our Associate Dean for Research, Dr. Rosemary Wesson, to give her remarks to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Assistant Dean Beharry. Welcome to everyone to the 2020 Grove School of Engineering celebration of our outstanding students. As Dean Beharry said, my name is Rose Wesson. I'm the Associate Dean for Research at the Grove School of Engineering. As most of you may or may not be aware, I'm the research champion in the school. Whenever someone asks, no matter what the question, I usually say, well, what about research? As some of you may know, I can be asked, what day is it today? And I'll respond, it's a good day for research. Others may ask, what's the weather forecast? My response, no matter what the weather, it's always a good day for research. So of course, when Assistant Dean Beharry requested that I address the 2020 graduates, my response was, you know, I'm going to talk about research. So today, first, let me congratulate all of you, all of the 2020 GSO graduates. You did it. This is an unusual time, as most people have noted, but you guys did it, and you should be proud of yourselves. I'd also like to highlight and bring to your attention 2 outstanding female Grove School of Engineering graduates who have excelled in research. One is a graduate student and the other is an undergraduate. You may also hear of these graduates later this afternoon in your discipline-specific gatherings, but I want to make sure that everyone is aware of these outstanding researchers. So first on the list is Marija Kristic. You heard that she was graduating with a PhD in civil engineering, but Marija was also selected as the only PhD graduate in the CCNY Great Grads of 2020 publication. And that's a publication highlighting the remarkable men and women in the City College of New York class of 2020. You also heard that Marija worked in the Department of Civil Engineering with Professor Julio Davalos. She completed her doctoral degree researching innovative cementitious materials for concrete production. We all know about concrete, and it may seem very common and not very innovative, but that's not true. It is not common at all, and it is very complex. Marija worked with a glass powder to replace cement in the production of concrete. The research is transformative for both the recycling and the concrete industries. Her results were tested in cement applications in the city of New York and are currently used in real-world applications. Marija plans to remain at City College as a postdoctoral student and a member of the adjunct faculty. Congratulations, Marija. Next on the list is Lizette Salmeron. For the past 2 years, Lizette has been a research assistant at the Smart Grid Interdependencies Laboratory, working with Professor Ahmed Mohammed of Electrical Engineering. In her capstone project, Lizette and a team of graduate and undergraduate researchers work with Professor Hao Su of Mechanical Engineering to assist with the design of medical devices. The research focused on lightweight robotics to assist individuals with movement difficulties caused by a stroke or cerebral palsy. The research won second place in a medical design competition sponsored by the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Lizette has completed a double major in electrical engineering and Asian studies. She's received a Graduate Engineering for Minorities Fellowship, also known as a GEM Fellowship, and will be interning over the summer at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, also known as NREL. In the fall, Lizette will continue her academic journey as a PhD student at City College with the support of the GEM Fellowship and her mentor, Professor Ahmed Mohammed. Congratulations, Lizette. Before my time expires and Assistant Dean Beharry cuts my microphone, I want to again congratulate Marija, Lizette, and all of the 2020 GSOE graduates and wish you well in your future endeavors. So changing gears, we would now like to welcome Mr. Maurice de Jong, who earned his bachelor's degree in civil engineering as part of the Grove School of Engineering's class of 2015. Mr. DeYoung currently serves as the treasurer of the Engineering School Alumni Association. He will be officiating over the Order of the Engineer induction. Mr. DeYoung.
Thank you, Dean Wason. Good afternoon. My name is Maurice DeYoung, and I'm privileged and humbled on behalf of the Order of the Engineer to welcome you to this virtual ceremony. After 5 years of working in my industry, I've found fulfillment in the opportunities that have enabled me to thrive, be creative, and be true to the values that I learned from my education. There is not one path to fulfillment, and you will be faced with challenges along the way. Stay true to yourself and explore your options, even if they seem unconventional. Be flexible with your skills, and you will have endless opportunities. See, I like to think of it as vectors. Yes, I know some of you will never have to deal with vectors again in your lifetime, but it's relevant for this example. In a nutshell, add two vectors together and you'll obtain a resultant. This applies to your professional life as well. So don't be afraid of making the jump with regards to your first job. If it's not what you are looking for, then make the necessary changes and add that second vector. See, now you have a resultant and it will take you to your goal. Yes, it's a different path, but you'll get where you want it to be. Now, after countless hours of hard work, yes, you've gotten a great foundation to succeed in your respective fields, but I'd like to emphasize that what you've achieved is more than applying some formulas or creating programs. It's about your problem-solving skills. Creativity and decision-making skills are essential in virtually any role you can think of, and that, my fellow engineers and computer scientists, makes you extremely valuable. So make sure to be creative. Lastly, have an attitude of learning. Expand your skill set and complete the circle of knowledge by giving back. I believe that one of the most precious resources we have is time, but right after that comes knowledge and what we do with it. Give back. Give back by teaching others, stay in touch with your network that you've built while in college and in your industries, join the Engineering Alumni Association, give back to your communities, pay it forward. The Order of the Engineer is symbolized by the acceptance of an obligation and the wearing of a stainless steel ring on the little finger of the working hand. The ring should be sent to you in the near future. Now, this ring is a symbol of pride, prestige, honor, and professionalism among all engineering in the United States. It also serves as a reminder. The symbol of pride, prestige, honor, and professionalism among all engineering in the United States.
His hand got muted.
I am an engineer. Profession, pride. As an engineer, I pledge integrity and and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession.
Also always devotion, standards, and the obligation to serve humanity.
By making the best use of Earth's precious.
By making the best use of the Earth's precious wealth.
Engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises.
As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises.
When needed.
My skill and knowledge
shall be given without reservation for the public good, in the performance of duty and infidelity.
The performance of duty and
duty and
Fidelity to my profession, I shall give
I
my
shall give my
utmost.
utmost.
Thank you, Maurice. That was an excellent presentation. And again, I want to emphasize that the Grove School continues to produce engineers and computer scientists that looks like America, or should I say, look like the world. Whether it is research, academia, or industry, Grove is the standard bearer. Maurice, I'm very appreciative. I know we have had you as a student here at the Grove School, and that you were able to come back and give back to our community. And with our students repeating the oath after you, I know that they will take this oath very seriously as they practice the profession of engineering. And I know that both you, Maurice, and Dean Weston, we want to thank you both for providing and highlighting bright prospects and pathways for our professional engineers and computer scientists for the future. Without any further delay, I would like to call upon our chair of the Chemical Engineering Department, Professor Ilona Kreshmer, who will introduce our salutatorian.
Hello, everybody. I would like to introduce Silvia Skemaiche, the Grove's 2020 salutatorian. Originally from Lithuania, Silvia moved to the US in 2016 on her own, leaving her supportive family behind in Lithuania. Taking 18 to 21 credits a semester, Silvia raced through the challenging Chemie curriculum and on the side managed to also complete a minor in computer science. Despite this high credit load, she still had time to be the president of SWE, the Society of Women Engineers, where she developed leadership programs for women engineers. She also completed internships at IBM and MasterCard. And in her free time, she's an avid photographer, where she has helped out with conferences as a conference photographer. One thing that has stood out to me about her is her ability to teach herself anything she puts her mind to, and at the same time, stay humble and help everybody around her. I really look forward to seeing what she will do next with her career. And please, Silvia, go ahead and give your speech.
Thank you so much, Professor Kretschmar. And hello, class of 2020. We have come this far, and now it is our time to celebrate. Let's congratulate each other for our hard work. We have put endless hours of studying while caring for our families and earning a living. We were juggling so many things in life as we earned these degrees in all of the disciplines of engineering or computer science to pave a way for ourselves to have a successful future. And now it's our time to shine. I am convinced that I sat in class and attended on-campus events with the future principal engineers at major companies and the next generation of innovators. The challenges that we went through in our journey will make us stronger and kinder people. Every single one of us has the spark to ignite the change in the world, and don't let anyone ever make you doubt that. We are united by the circumstances we face right now, and we will always be remembered as the resilient ones. The resilience and grit that these difficult times uncovered in us will serve us well in the future. We are the new type of graduates. As we can be productive and collaborative remotely and continue to adapt to the rapidly changing world. We have come this far, and we won't stop now. Let's take the knowledge that we gained and multiply it to make an impact at our next job or any other endeavor, and put our stamp on this world. As Mr. Grove once said, that we are the CEOs of our own careers. I believe that no obstacle will keep us away from achieving our dreams. If you want to be the best chemical, biomedical, or environmental engineer, do it. the best computer engineer or computer scientist, go for it. The best civil, mechanical, or electrical engineer, you go get it. Wherever your next step in life might take you, be proud to be the graduate of the class of 2020. Be a proud Grove School graduate. With that, I'd like to thank my family, my friends and peers, my department, and all CCNY faculty and staff for supporting us through this journey and giving us the opportunity of a lifetime to grow and learn. Also, we're sending best wishes to our Dean Barabino, who's going to be moving to be the president of the college. That being said, I'm proud to be a graduate of the Grove School of Engineering. And here's to the class of 2020.
Sylvia and Dr. Kretschmer, the value of mentoring, interdisciplinary studies, and leadership through action could not have two better ambassadors. We thank both of you. The academic leadership of the departments that comprise the Grove School of Engineering will now extend greetings to the Grove's class of 2020. We call upon our illustrious chair of the Biomedical Engineering Department, Dr. Mitchell Schaffler.
Thank you, Dean Bahari. Dean Barabino, Associate Deans, Provost List, and my fellow chairs, please join me in congratulating the graduating class in biomedical engineering. These group of students, these women and men in this program, have performed extraordinarily well throughout their entire academic time with us at the Grove School of Engineering. Simply put, their performance up to this point was outstanding, but what has happened since the onset of the pandemic has been nothing short of spectacular in the way they've risen to the challenges and continued on with excelling in their academic work. My charge to you as a class is to please take your powerful skills and your unique experiences from our department in the Grove School of Engineering and make a difference. We need you at this point. We need you as a society. We need you as biomedical engineers at the interface of engineering and medicine, and congratulations.
We call upon our dedicated chair of the Chemical Engineering Department, Dr. Ilona Kretschmer.
Class of 2020, congratulations, especially the chemical engineering graduates. You made it. Go out there, change the world for the better. There has been no more urgent time than now. Be compassionate, take care of each other, work hard, fly high, come back and share your experience with the next generation of engineers and computer scientists at CCNY. Congratulations.
We call upon our meticulous chair of the Civil Engineering Department, Dr. Beth Withig.
Civil engineers provide structural, transportation, and environmental infrastructure to the communities in which they work that is essential to the very fabric of how the communities function. Since most of you will go on to work in the New York City area, your work will be essential to the very fabric of how New York City functions. I commend you for taking on this weighty responsibility. On behalf of all of the CE faculty, congratulations on earning your degree.
We call upon our diligent faculty program director of the Computer Engineering program, Dr. Umit Uyar.
Hello, I would like to congratulate, unmute myself. I would like to congratulate class of 2020 computer engineers and all the other faculty, all the other disciplines. I would like to say to computer engineers that please do not leave software behind, do not leave hardware behind. You have to go hardware and software together. This crisis that we lived through could have been much, much worse if we didn't have Zoom or other things that we're using today. And this is mostly from computer engineers and of course other disciplines, but mainly computer engineers. Also, this gives you an opportunity to tell interesting stories to your grandkids. You say, this is nothing. We used to live through riots. We used to live through pandemics, etc. Godspeed.
We call upon our driven chair of the Computer Science Department, Dr. Akira Kawaguchi.
You have now degree in computer science, information systems, computer engineering, or data science and engineering. These programs are offered our department. We will call each of your names at later breakout sessions starting at 1 o'clock. Congratulations.
We call upon our conscientious faculty program director of the Earth Systems Science and Environmental Engineering program, Dr. Barry Gross.
Together with all my colleagues, I wish to add my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes to the Grove School of Engineering class of 2020. I particularly wish to offer my congratulations to the graduates of our Earth Systems Science and Environmental Engineering program, and have the utmost confidence our graduates will make their impact on a world in great need of environmental and sustainability solutions. Stay well, be leaders, and enjoy your current accomplishments. Godspeed.
We call upon our contemplative chair of the Electrical Engineering Department, Dr. Roger Dawsonville.
2020 Electrical Engineering Bachelor's degree, Master's, and PhD graduates. On this special day, I would like to congratulate you for a job well done and wish you success and happiness. I know these are tough times, but I firmly believe things will get better. Best wishes for the next stage in your life. May all your dreams come true. Congratulations, graduates.
We call upon our hands-on chair of the Mechanical Engineering Department, Dr. Feridan Delali.
Dear graduates, on behalf of the Mechanical Engineering faculty, I would like to extend my congratulations and best wishes to all of you who are graduating today under these difficult circumstances. I wish success to all, and I will see the mechanical engineering graduates shortly. Thank you.
We would like to collectively thank these chairs who not only make engineering education work during the pandemic of spring 2020, but who facilitates through their leadership and through their faculty and our staff, your learning and skills development. Now we would like to call upon our Dean, Dean Gilda Barabino, to once again address our class of 2020.
It's been a great honor serving as your dean at the Grove School of Engineering. I personally wish each and every one of you all the best and much success in your future pursuits. I now give the charge to our department chairs and our program directors to go forth to their virtual spaces where your department will recognize and celebrate you, the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Dean Barabino, we would like to thank you for all you have done for the Grove School. As the class of 2020 embark on this new chapter in their careers, and you embark on this new chapter in your professional life, as what we would say now, President Barabino, the future of the engineering profession will be bright. Thank you. This concludes the main ceremony for Grove's class of 2020. You will now virtually access the department's virtual space to celebrate your success in a smaller virtual setting. Congratulations, class of 2020.